So I'm going to have us join our energy as one unified energy. So I want you to take a nice deep inhale, remembering that that breath starts beneath the belly button. You pull it through the waist, the stomach, and then all the way into the chest and the collarbone, and then release with a sigh. And as I mention a body part, I want you to not only send your breath, but your awareness right into that body part and dare to let go of all muscle control. Really allow yourself to breathe past any urge to brace yourself, any tension, any tightness. And so we're going to start with the heels of the feet. Feeling the full weight of the feet anchoring all the way through. And you can feel the tension melting out of your feet. The arches of the feet, the balls of the feet. The toes and the tops of the feet, and see if you can be aware of the very subtle vibrating beneath the skin surface. This is what I always refer to as the soul doing the happy dance inside the body. So moving over the ankles, into the shins and calves, and feeling that gentle tug at your knees as the entire lower legs are completely relaxed. Moving into the thighs, from the knees to the hips. Spending a few breath rotations right here in this huge muscle group. Feeling the breath massaging the thighs. We tend to store lots of emotion in the thighs, and this is the first place where we normally brace ourselves. So really letting go of the tightness, any tension, and feel all of that melting out of the body. And when you really let go, you'll feel the glutes soften and press into the floor. And it'll feel as if your hips are gently rolling open, allowing the sacral to soften and open, accepting that beautiful flow of your awareness, your breath, coming into the deeper spaces of the torso as you soften the pelvic floor, the tailbone, and breathing between the hips, feeling the unfoldment of the sacral. Breathing into the left hip, into the right hip. And around the low back, and all of the soft lower belly beneath the belly button. This is the sacral. This is the energetic space that houses knowledge of self. Who am I? The ego is usually at odds with the true self. And so all of the ideal attributes of the self are what you allow to be seen. Your visible self. The shadow self are all the parts of you that are tapped down, hidden, because they could have been triggering to your mother, to your father, and this is where we store them, in the low belly. So your frequency is distorted because of what you have stored here. So softening the waist and moving upward, feel the stretching through the left side of your torso, the right side of your torso, and the upper belly. Softening the high stomach, and softening the entire lower edge of the rib cage. Breathing into the left side where the spleen is, stimulating that minor chakra. Breathing all the way into the right side where the liver is, softening, breathing into that minor chakra in the liver, cleansing it with the breath, activating it with your awareness. Where awareness goes, energy flows. So you are awakening the chakra with the awareness. And it is the breath that draws more spirit into the body and purifies the body. So allowing every inhale to cleanse, and every exhale to remove from the body, usher out of the body, anything that is no longer serving you. Any expired energy, any energetic pollution or heavy energy, any trauma that you are ready to let go of. Anything that is no longer serving you, let the breath usher it up and out of the body, lifting it up and away, dissipating like smoke. Now moving behind the rib cage, expanding the heart, following the sternum all the way up to the collarbone, softening the collarbone, and then up the spine to the base of the neck. And as you release the upper back, you'll feel all of that burning melt away. And the shoulders will release. You will feel as if your shoulders are rolling open. Bless Bless you. Bless you. And now softening the neck, the throat. Bless you. Now around the ears and the jaw, the chin and around the mouth, softening the tongue, the cheekbones and around the nose, the temples and around the eyes, between the brows, the forehead, the top of the head and the back of the scalp. Feeling now the full weight of the head anchoring the top of your body. And feel that gentle pull between the feet and the head, the heels and the head. And now moving down the shoulders into the triceps and biceps. And feel the shoulders falling even further away from the ears, opening, softening, finding their way to the floor. The elbows, the forearms, the wrists, the backs of the hands and the palms, and into every fingertip. And I want you now just to do a quick scan of your body and just be aware if there is anywhere in the body where you're still holding tension, any kind of tightness, and allow the breath to go right into that space. Hold the breath for at least a count of 2, and then release with a sigh. Your heart. Let that breath be organic. And rule of thumb is that that exhale is longer and slower than the inhale. So if that inhale is about 4 seconds, let that exhale be 6, 8, 10. So we're breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and we're breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, And feel how the brain slows down. How there is no need to think, to solve problems, to figure anything out. The mind becomes completely still. And if any thoughts should arise, just allow yourself to witness them as if they are flashing on a screen before your eyes from the left to the right, and just let them go. Do not engage with the thoughts. We're just watching them fly by so that the mind can be at peace. Now I want you to imagine you're sitting in your car. You're parked outside of a building. You have an appointment to meet me. This building is built of cobblestone. It looks literally like a cobblestone road climbing vertically into a beautiful blue sky. The windows up the front face of the building are not symmetrical. They're not even square or rectangular. They are a free-form shape, outlined with river stones. And the glass is ancient hand-blown sheets of glass. So it looks literally like a rippled surface of water. So this beautiful front face of this building looks like a cobblestone drive with puddles of water climbing into a blue sky. The door is massive. It is made of this beautiful dark mahogany carved wood with intricate designs around the door frame. And in the center of each door is a massive stained glass window of beautiful flowers, dragonflies, hummingbirds, and butterflies on the stained glass. There's no other cars in the parking lot. But you must leave your assessment mind in your car, taking off any expectations, any ideals, and allowing your heart to be so wide open. You are now, once again, the embodiment of your 5-year-old self. Excited, curious. There's massive green, lush trees with the most fragrant blossoms you've ever smelled. The parking lot is very old asphalt. With cracks and dips. with these beautiful, massive shade trees. You can hear the overwhelming chorus of many birds. And so you decide to get out of your car and walk towards the doors. You have never been here before. And there are no signs, but you know you're in the right place. You go to open the door and you enter a massive foyer. And right directly in front of you is the largest fireplace you've ever seen. From floor to a 10-foot ceiling, the most massive fireplace you've ever seen. Made of stones that shine like crystals. Obsidian, rose quartz, kunzite, kyanite, amethyst, all beautiful iridescent stones catching the light from a beautiful skylight and the massive glow of the fireplace. There are no people in sight, and the carpet below your feet feels so plush. It's a thick pile carpet, a beautiful crimson red. And on each side of the fireplace, there is also floor to ceiling stained glass windows. And it causes this beautiful prism of light all over the room. There is a hallway that goes all the way down to the left. A long, dark hallway with no electrical lighting, only candle sconces. And then to the right, another long, dark hallway with no electrical lighting, only candle sconces. There is no one to ask. But you see this little easel, and on the easel, it tells you to go all the way to the end of the hallway on the right, the last door at the end of the hallway. You feel as if you're walking on a cloud. The carpet is so soft. There's a smell of firewood and frankincense. You can hear the crackling and snapping of the fire. And you begin to walk down the long hallway. And the smell of frankincense gets even stronger as you approach the end of the hallway. You can hear beautiful, soft music coming from behind the door. And the door is made completely of stained glass in a mahogany frame. You cannot see through the glass, but there's so much light pouring through that is even brighter than all the candles in the entire hallway. Do you knock, or do you just open the door? And why? As you enter the room, there is a massive, beautiful green velvet couch. And in front of it, a massive mahogany table. In front of yet another massive fireplace. This fireplace is made of mosaics. Beautiful diamond-like stones encrust the mantle. And just like the foyer, there's stained glass windows on each side of the fireplace. A massive fur rug in front of the couch. The music is calming. And on that massive coffee table is every kind of snack you could imagine. Savory snacks like cheeses and meats. A chocolate fondue with fruits and cookies and crackers. Chocolates. And so you sit down next to me on the plush green velvet. And you can smell this frankincense wafting all around you. The soft crackling of the fire, gentle music playing, and the couch feels warm and soft. And I offer snacks. Please help yourself. And what's the first thing that you touch? And why? Do you go for a snack that's easy to eat or one that may be messy? And why? And to drink, there's a beautiful spiced tea. And so I ask you, in this space, what is your favorite memory from childhood? What is the most joy you have ever felt? isn't it curious how the brain automatically wants to go to bad memories instead of the joy? Why do we choose abuse over bliss? And why is it not the joy that repeats itself over and over and over? And I want you to go back to when you were sitting in your car before you came in here to sit with me. What were you thinking? Were you scared? Were you excited? What did you think about how the building looks? When you walked up to open the door and there was absolutely no one, how did that make you feel? What did you think of the scenery? What did that bring up for you? Did you reach down and touch the carpet with your hands? Were you tempted to take off your shoes? Why didn't you? How did it feel to have to walk through the dark hallway? And when you got to the door, whether you knocked or just walked in, why? Why did you feel you needed to do it that way? Why did you choose that first snack that you chose? Is that really the first snack that you wanted? How would you have done it differently? If you were going to recreate a pattern of joy that repeated over and over and over again, what would have to be different from getting out of your car until you sat next to me on this couch? What would have to be different for you to show the universe that you are ready for miracles? That you were curious enough to experience something incandescently new, exciting, magical. And what would you do different right now if I told you there's absolutely nothing wrong you can do right now? This room is an open invitation for you to explore, to feel, to be safe and surrender. What will be your first desired action? Will you take off your shoes? Will you touch the beautiful stone mantle? And so in this moment, I want you to allow yourself to witness little you, the little you that is hiding, so that all of the acceptable parts of you can have an experience and hopefully be loved. And forgive yourself. I forgive me for forgetting that my most powerful expression is wholeness. My only chance at bliss is to be whole, is to be whole. So I irrevocably sever all etheric cords and energetic connections across all timelines and all lifetimes in every dimension and all directions of time with absolutely anyone that is becoming an obstacle in your evolutionary process. Releasing them in love, not in conflict. Embodying love, not confrontation. Owning the embodiment of love. Remind yourself that you are lovable and that it is okay to act on passion, to not edit who you are, to not be guarded and live only by ideals and comparison, categorization and judgment. You are your abuser. And forgive yourself for that. Releasing guilt, releasing shame. And you burn those back to their source, canceling all contracts and calling back to yourself any soul fragments that may have been lost in this connection. And so gently, gently now, get up from the couch, walk back out down the hallway into the massive foyer, And imagine yourself writing on a big piece of paper there on a desk. The thing you believe that is holding you back. What is it that causes you to judge and guard yourself? Write it on that paper and throw it into the massive fireplace. Feel yourself being free. Offering gratitude and love to yourself. Feel what it feels like to be more whole than when you first arrived. Be grateful. And gently, gently, at your own pace, walking out of the building, back to your car, and feeling yourself transporting back into the studio space. Your car as the portal. And you are now back in the space of the studio. And as I walk around with some Palo Santo, feel yourself returning. More courageous, more curious, more conscious, more self-loving, self-approving. Releasing the programming. Operating from a place of greater self-trust. And gently, gently reanimating your body, wiggling your fingers and toes. Re-engaging your senses, your sense of smell, hearing, feeling, and at your own pace, uncovering or opening your eyes. And at your own pace, coming to a seated position. Really take your time. I know it doesn't feel like much, but we did a lot of energy work there, and that was 44 minutes. So really be gentle with yourself returning. Take your time. Thank you. Such an honor to have you in this space.